Hello dear friends, welcome back on the tutorials from the Solidworks. So today we will continue our sketch techniques in the Solidworks and learn how to create sketch like the ellipse, the partial, the ellipse and the parabolic sketch and so on. So let's create open the new file here, press the new and select the part environment here and just press OK here. So the ellipse sketch, the groups of the ellipse sketch is located here, in the SolidWorks in the sketch group. And if you open here, there is in the ellipse group there is the you can create the ellipse by the center, the itself the ellipse and the partial ellipse, the parabola, and you can also create the conic sketch. So we'll see the today in this tutorial this four type of the sketch, how to create and how to manage with this kind of sketch. So let's go on. As usual, you have to select the plane for the sketch here. We have the reference plane, that's the front plane, top plane, and right plane. So you can select any plane for the sketch in this case. So I will select here the front plane. So select the front plane and select here from the menu the select the sketch. So you will be the enter to the front plane to perform your the sketch. So here I will for the beginning start to create the ellipse. The first type is from the center. Select here and here you see the icon of the ellipse is appeared, and you can start to create your ellipse starting from the center, and you can specify any point the location to specify the center point of the ellipse. So I will try to from the center, from the origin. You see here this one, and I press the mouse and move my mouse to define the second point and of the ellipse. So the second point will be the major diameter of the ellipse. So you can specify any point to the moving your the mouse to the left or the right or to the down and so on. So it will be the major diameter. So let's define here, press the mouse here. So I specified the second point and I will move my mouse up and down or vertically. So in order to specify the second point, that last point for the ellipse, it is the minor diameter. So I will press here. So you see the ellipse is created, and here in the from the left side we can see here the parameters related for the ellipse. So in order to exit from the ellipse sketch, you will just here press here the close dialog or just press escape keyboard from the keyboard. So in order to exit from the sketch, now you can see here some parameters related to this ellipse. So here you can see the major diameter and minor diameters, and individually the manually we can put any values for these two values. For example, I will make it the major diameter 120 millimeters, so it increases, and here let's make it the minor diameter is 30 millimeters. So in the individually you can define these values. Here it represents this is the center point of the ellipse. It's exactly located in the origin. You see the 0 point, and you can by the options you can create the ellipse for the construction. So in this case it is not selected since it will be the active line. So let's close this dialog to see the result. So this is the ellipse. You see it is the closed contour, so it is why it is the inside is the gray. So here if you want to change any parameters for this ellipse, just bring your mouse and select the ellipse here. You see again the manager of on the left side will be appeared with the same parameter with the minor and major diameter. Here you can change the values, for example, like this and so on. Also, if I activate this one and just close this one, you see it is converted to the construction line, since I activated here this icon. So I converted the ellipse to the constructed line. So if I deactivate this one and just close again, it will be again to the active line. So this is the how to create the ellipse. So you can do one more thing with the ellipse. For example, I will create the ellipse, for example, in this point, the same way like this. So here you can change the in this option in this option you can change also the center of the ellipse. If you look here, the center of the ellipse is located with the in this coordinate along the x and y. So you can change these values. For example, I will change to the positive 100 to the x. So you see it will it goes to the on the right side, and you can change this is as a positive. So let's make it 0 to bring it in the here. So you see it will go in the this direction. So in this way you can change the end values. Also you can change here the major and minor diameter, what we have done in the previous example. So this is the how to create the ellipse. So if you want to decorate the ellipse by the angle, in this case just we created two ellipse that is the in the 0 degree. For example, if you would like to create the ellipse in the, for example, in the 45 degrees or 30 degrees, so you need to create some additional sketch, additional lines, the helping lines. So like center lines here, we have seen how to create the center line. So select the center line, and I would like to create one like horizontal line here, and go to the center line again, and here create some inclined line. So and I will for the beginning define the angle between these two lines, so like this. So let's define 45 degrees. So in using this two sketch two lines, I would like to create the ellipse at the angle. So I will select here the from the list the ellipse. So and I would like to create the ellipse. So I will define, for example, the center point here and move my cursor, and then maybe I can define any point here or in this point. So and press here and define the minor diameter. So in this case, you see we created ellipse at the 45 degrees. So this is the how to create the ellipse at the angle. You can define the angle by any number like 40, 30, and so on. It depends on the type of the sketch. So this is the how to use the helping lines for the creating the ellipse with the inclined ellipse with the angle. So this is the all the type of the how to use the ellipse sketch in the SolidWorks. So let's go on with the other type of the sketch with the group of this one. So the next one is here the partial ellipse. So in this case you need to specify the 3 points. So here select this one. So you have to specify the 3 points. So for the beginning, so let's select this one. Here you see the icon is created the partial ellipse. So let's start to create the so specify the, for example, the first point, and then you can move your cursor to specify the second point and the minor diameter, and specify the third point. So yeah, and then you can start to draw by the moving your the mouse the other the length of the ellipse like this, and you can do in the this way on. And then this is the how to create the partial ellipse, and press your mouse again and just press escape to see your the result. You in the same way you can create any type of the ellipse like this kind of ellipse. It's a partial ellipse, it's open sketch like this. And if you want to see the parameters of this ellipse, the same way bring your the mouse and select this partial ellipse, and in the left side you see can see the parameters. The same way the important parameters in this case is the major and minor diameters. This one 2 1, this one and this one. You can specify any values for them. For example, let's define 120 for the major diameter, and let's define that 40 for the minor diameter. See here the ellipse is changing the value. Here is the course length, so you can also specify the course length, and here you can see that the positions of the ellipse coordinates. Here we have the control points here the center point is one, and this is the starting point and the end point. So they are the control point of the ellipse. So here the coordination according to the x and y coordinates. So you can individually input these values. The same way in the options, you can create this partial ellipse as a the constructed line, or as the general line. In this case, I will close here. So it is the main line because it is the dark blue. So if you want to convert to the constructed line, just press the partial ellipse here, sketch, and here activated this option, and just close the dialog. And to see the result, you see it will become the dashed line, and it is the constructed line, not the main line. So if you want to convert again to the main line, just deactivate this option and just close this one. So in this way you can create as many as the sketch you want, so as a main line or as a constructed line, not only the ellipse, only for all the sketch also. So this is the how to create the partial ellipse. Now we will see the how to create the sketch like a parabola in the SolidWorks. So it allows us to select from the list this one. So this one. So in this case, also you have to specify the points for the creating the parabola. So I will little bit make up zoom. So so specify the first point and move the horizontally or vertically that your the mouse here to specify the second point. So specify the second point, and you can start to create the moving like this, specify the third point, and the fourth point, specify the parabola. So this is the how to create the parabola. So close this one. So here we have the four of the control point: the center point, apex point, the starting point, and the end point of the parabola. And if you press this one, and you see here all the coordinates here, the parabola coordinate, that is the four coordinates according to the x and y. And the same way, by activating this option for the construction, we can convert this parabola to the constructed line like a dashed line. So this is the how to create the parabola in the SolidWorks. So the last the sketch in the today's tutorial is the how to create the conic shaped element. So here activate this one, and the conic is activated, and now we can create the conic by defining the points, the 4 points. So specify the here, let's do this one. So you see the icon is created. So specify the first point. So specify the second point, and you see the conic is started created. And now specify the third point. Now you can, the last point is the point of the RH value of the conic. So you can specify here, you see the RH value by the clicking here. You see that the conic is created by the defining the 4 points. So the same way you can create any type of the conic. So select again conic from the list. So specify the first point, specify the second point, and specify here the third point. Now you can specify the RH value of the conic. So you see, if I move the mouse, the RH value is changing. So there is three limits for the RH in the conic. So it could be the less than the 0.5, or exactly equal to the 0.5, or the higher to the 0.4. For example, if the RH value is less than the 0.5, it will be obtained like such kind of shape here. Here, for example, if you create the conic that is the exactly the to the 0.5 here. Let's move here a little bit. Okay, you see, you will create here the arc, and if the conic is higher than 0.5 like this, so here the sort point. Now you see, the higher than, you will create such kind of shape. So there is the three limits for the conics. So I will delete this one. Let me delete this one. So Here the first point is the conic is the RH value is 0 less than 0.5. Here the exactly to the 0.5, and here the higher to the 0.5. So this is the three types of the conics in the SolidWorks. How to create the conic? So by the 4 points. So first point, third point, second point, sorry, then the third point, and here you will define the RH value. So this is the groups inside of the ellipse, and in this tutorial we have seen how to create the ellipse, the simple ellipse with the inclined ellipse, partial ellipse, as well as we have seen how to create the parabola and how to create the conics in the three methods, in the three options according to the RH value. So thank you very much for your and if you think that my tutorials is useful for you, please subscribe and like my tutorials to share for the others.